Exiting the Matrix Empowered Living Mastery course. If I could just get this to be correct. It's crooked. I had this set up and it just, there. Good enough. So, we are halfway through this course. This is the reading and commentary of a book I wrote, a course, transformational course. I put everything in here that I believed was contributed to my healing, but also a baseline education for humanity, because our education obviously has been failing. It also it includes the personality workbook, which is a bunch of questions about how your personality was developed, things that you experienced, life choices, etc., to help you understand how, that, but also so that you can address things and come to terms, heal them. I am able to see comments now, so if anyone comes in here, I can see the comments now. So I just want to start by sending so much love to everyone that is dealing with anything that is not serving your higher purpose and causing you pain and suffering. I've seen enough online. There's a lot of things going on in Minnesota, and personally, my own daughter is right in the middle of all of it. And so I know it's not only emotionally challenging, but mentally, like when you want to exit the matrix, there's a lot of anger. I literally just saw a comedian talking about how, yeah, everybody's depressed because look at what's going on in the world. He's making it light, but it is something that we're all dealing with. And so there are, I'm a conspiracy analyst. I don't make this shit up. I am a very loving person, and I care about what's happening in the world. And I think little boys need to just go get some school. Do my course. So the foundation of this course is loving. It's a loving education, because love is, hello, not as normal as I sure would like it to be. So again, I'm going to be reading from the Exiting the Matrix Empowered Living Mastery course that I wrote, and the personality workbook. And today is day 4 of week 5. So we will be at the end of halfway through the course. So if you haven't, go back and catch up. All the videos are between a half an hour to an hour. Monday through Thursday I've been doing this. So they're based on 10 dimensions of human existence, human development: personal, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, sexual, relational, behavioral, financial, and legal. And so I went over, what is the matrix and socialization, and each chapter just foundationally gives you more information to grasp. So the reason I wrote this book is because I healed myself and continue to heal every day from anything new. Like they talk about becoming enlightened, and you think that there's this time where you're just not going to have any more problems and everything's going to be perfect, and that's not really true. It's, you're more aware, and with that awareness and learning how to navigate all those emotions inside of you, then you're better equipped to deal with anything that comes your way. Not that it's easy. It can be hard. It's just, I would say it's easier because, like, I got into a major depression after something traumatic happened to me. Major depression. And it took me a long time to heal because I didn't have the tools. And so now I'll never have major depression again because of what I know and the things that I've healed inside of me. So when anything new happens, I have the capacity to, like, navigate it quicker. And it is a choice. Sometimes you want to ruminate, but then you have to ask yourself, how is that really serving your higher purpose and your health? Because our thoughts impact our body, like so. So today is the emotional core assignments. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining. And it's literally just a couple pages that I'm going to read. Let's see, before I read, so there are links below. There's a core self inventory that you can take to, like, get a little snapshot picture of how you feel about yourself right now and set some goals, and it gives you some helpful guidance. You can do the online course. Hello, welcome, which is free. There's audio versions in there, not my voice. And there's a podcast in there, and there's worksheets, and there's a schedule so you can, like, follow along, see where we're at. Also, I'm opening 2 small high commitment circles, one for women and one for men. They're structured, not venting spaces, and they're for people who can self-regulate and take responsibility for their inner work. Enrollment is open now, and the circles will begin after I finish the current course, which I think will be done by March 23rd. The link is below, and anyone who wants to read the details. For anyone who wants to read the details. So, yeah, that's on Patreon. And if you'd like to get personalized support, individual support, there's a link for that. There's a link to the Facebook group for this course called Exiting the Matrix, and I share posts on there every day with stuff that's, like, positive and progressive and cool. Hello, welcome. And if you'd like to support my mission, there's a link for that too. Buy me a coffee, it'd be appreciated. There's a link for that on my main page. Yeah, because one of those will take you to my website, ayla-love.com. And then please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And share with people you know so that they can make sure, so, like, somebody you know that could use some help, mental, emotional, anything, it will be helpful. So, good morning from the Bay on this warm day. Where are you at? Because it's 49 degrees Fahrenheit in Florida. Not cool. Let's see. Yeah, it's 50 degrees right now. So, I'm going to start reading. There's probably 2 or 3 pages. It's not much. Ooh, New Zealand. That sounds awesome. So, journal. This is assignment 1. Journal. Read the following questions and journal about how you feel about your emotional health. Get to the core of why you feel the way you do. It can help you identify issues that you would like to resolve within yourself. What experiences in your life changed your perspective on your emotional core dimension? Did something impact your emotional abilities? Feel free to answer these questions in the comments. What do you think about the changes or lack of changes? Can you identify how you have been affected by societal expectations and how it has impacted your life? Has your belief system served you well? Your belief system is constructed by your conscience and or your lack of a conscience. And the influences, 85% of your personality was etched by the time you were 5 years old. That doesn't mean that you can't change it, but then from then on, it's just it's like either it's gonna keep that going or something different. Like, it depends on what your life choices are. I am a spiritual person, and I am neutral because I believe that everyone on the planet has a right to believe what they want to believe, because they don't answer to me. They answer to whoever they answer to. So, assignment number 2, personality snapshot. This is from this book, Personality Workbook. What continents, countries, states, cities, suburbs, and or neighborhoods did you grow up in? And all of these questions are just to like help you think about your whole life. You know, some people need more help than others. So sometimes you might be like, I don't need to know that. I don't need to think about that. You know, but this goes over your whole life. Like what's happened in your life, and then by doing it, it helps you like see the whole picture. Because like we go to work full time, and then we don't have time to heal our traumas, and then we just kind of get lost and get older and like forget a lot. And so this is just a really good reminder to help people remember who they are and remember how powerful you really are. So from that list, count how many different homes you lived in your lifetime so far. Answer all that apply. From this list, count how many homes you've lived up to now. So that was like ages, different ages. Answer these questions regarding birth to 18. Who raised you and who did you live with? Were your parents married, divorced, remarried, or how many children did each of them have? Are you the oldest, youngest, middle, or only child? What are your thoughts on being the oldest, middle, or youngest sibling? What were you like when you were a baby? What have others said about you when you were a baby? What did you like or dislike about your family? What were your parents' highest levels of education? Okay, assignment number 3. Read and answer the following questions. Definition. Perception is the process by which organisms interpret and organize sensation to produce a meaningful experience of the world. Sensation usually refers to the immediate, relatively unprocessed result of stimulation of sensory receptors in the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, or skin. Perception, on the other hand, better describes one's ultimate experience of the world and typically involves further processing of sensory input. In practice, sensation and perception are virtually impossible to separate because they are part of one continuous process. Social constructs. Those are beliefs based on where you live, like who's influencing you, your city, your state, your country. Social constructs. Your friends are organized and created through our perception of the world around us from an early age. When we see events or experience abuse, we make internal judgments about the people around us and extend it to the rest of the population. As we mature, we begin to recognize the inaccuracies of our formed judgments and attempt to undo the thinking processes by finding alternative ways to see the world. It is important to question the social constructs that have shaped your view of the world and the people around you, because some individuals want to dictate what you should believe. For example, religion, government, the media, television programming, commercialism. This workbook encourages you to identify within your own life experience ways that you have been socially constructed to believe falsehoods. What are some things that you question? Yes, you can. What are some things that you question? Do personal research on each of these topics to help you see the truth behind your thinking. Use reputable resources such as books, articles, and scholarly material to reconstruct, and what's another word? Deprogram your ideologies. Peer-reviewed articles are great resources to obtain information that has been accepted as credible sources. And assignment 4 is to create a collage vision board. So every week in this course, every Thursday when I do the assignments, I'm telling you, make a collage, make a vision board. It can be fun. You can draw, you can write the words, you can cut out stuff out of old magazines or whatever. But it's here, I'll read this one. What makes you you? Continue collecting photos, words, and pictures that portray who you are as a person as it pertains to the emotional core dimension. Use words in the word lists and in your journaling to help you brainstorm different ideas. Either add the images as you go or save them to create the collage after you've completed each chapter. And this whole book, this whole course is available on my website. There's a link below. So you don't have to write everything down. It's already there. You can just get it. It's free. Assignment number 5, journal. How was your experience doing the assignments in this lesson? What did you appreciate from this lesson? How could this lesson be improved? Did you think something was missing? What did you learn, or what will you change about yourself? So, assignment 6, connect and share. Is there anything you could share that could help someone else? Share what you're learning with people in your life. Join and contribute to the Exiting the Matrix Facebook group. Share information and or get support from others in the community. So every day I'm sharing on that Facebook group whenever I come across positive things. Let's see, I shared today. One moment, I'll share with you. If I can find it. Oh. Okay. There's 628 members in there, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so the last thing I shared in there was from Tony Nagy Comedy. Well, she's hilarious. I don't know if you know who she is, but she when she's talking, now she's sitting, but she's very animated and she's just all over the place. But when I've seen her do videos where she's standing and she's just and she's talking about important things. So I shared that. Stuff about Bush. Oh, someone else did that. Bush accidentally mentions the explosive detonated in the Twin Towers. Okay, this 16-year-old girl invents a smart earring that discreetly captures photos of attackers and instantly notifies police to aid victims. So that's the kind of stuff I share in there. Things that wake up, these things are good. Some, so that is the end of the reading in this for today. So if there's any questions or comments, this is literally the halfway point for this course. I've already read half of this. Right now, if you were to purchase the books, they're together. It's like 365 pages. And so, let's see. So I went through the matrix and socialization, personality formation, influence and perception, spirituality and religion, because there's a difference, spiritual practices, energy forces, a vibrational energy, which has to do with frequency, protecting your brain, exercising your brain, emotional quotient, emotional balance, emotional validation, emotional core exploration, and nervous system regulation, because that's really the key. I've been through a lot of stuff. I wrote my autobiography, and if you'd like to support my work, you could buy a copy, and you can learn all about my life. But I've been through a lot of stuff, and so I took all of the wisdom that I've gained from my choices, my life, bad things that happened to me, and I put it in this course to help others. So, does anyone have any questions? I have no idea how many people are in here. There could be nobody in here for all I know. Because I have my phone turned around so that when I hold things up, it's not backward. How many people are in here? Could someone let me know? I would literally have to get up and go look. Hello? Hello? Okay. Well, when I'm done with reading this course, so next week, that's what I'll tell you. Next week, I'm going to start week 6, and we're going to talk about the physical core dimension and oxygen, nutrition, and supplements. And I'm not a nutritionist, but I am 54 years old, and I do research on proper nutrition for myself. So I'm sharing what I know from personal experience. I'm actually interested in getting a nutritionist certificate. So, but that is next Monday through Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. And again, I'm opening 2 small groups for high commitment circles. One for women and one for men. They're structured, not for venting, and they're for people who can self-regulate and take responsibility for their own inner work. Enrollment is open now, and the circles will begin after I finish the course by probably March 23rd. The link is below for anyone who wants to read the details. So, I want to thank you for joining me today. And again, the links that are in the description are for the Core Self Inventory, the Facebook group for Exiting the Matrix, the Patreon circles, to get personalized support from me to support my mission, and the online course. That's free. So please remember to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Share with your friends. Invite them to this channel. And you know, the whole purpose behind everything I'm doing is I feel like my purpose is to help raise the vibration on the planet. That simple. So I chose education because when you have knowledge, then you have power. And when you know how powerful you are, you might get pissed off. But that anger can be turned into the fuel that drives you to find your purpose. And that's what happened to me. Because trust me, I have had a lot of anger in my past. So, thank you for joining us. Again, I'm sending a huge hug to everyone, everywhere. But my heart really is going toward Minnesota a lot because there's a lot of things going on up there that are scaring and hurting, harming people, and it's disgusting. And my daughters live there, so yeah, I'm worried, and I'm just sending everybody love. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys Monday.